parents told my golden child sister she could take my apartment and I could just sleep on a couch because I'm single and she has kids. After 3 years of working 2 jobs and eating ramen every night, I finally saved enough to get my own place. Nothing fancy, just a small 2-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood. But it was mine, and after sleeping on friends' couches for years, having my own key felt like winning the lottery. The irony wasn't lost on me. When I was unemployed and desperate, begging my parents to let me crash in their spare room for just a month while I got back on my feet, they said I was too old to be their problem. My sister Jessica actually posted pictures on Instagram making fun of me, calling me a professional failure who couldn't even afford rent. Now here they were, all 5 of them, standing at my door unannounced. My parents, Jessica, her husband, and their 2 kids. They didn't even have my address. I'd never given it to them after the way they treated me during my rough patch. The moment I opened the door, they pushed past me like they owned the place. Jessica immediately started taking pictures, but this time her eyes were calculating, not mocking. My parents walked through my apartment like real estate agents, pointing at rooms, discussing layouts, measuring spaces with their hands. This is way too much space for just you, my mom declared, running her finger along my kitchen counter I'd spent hours cleaning. It's wasteful. My dad was already outside checking the parking situation. 2 assigned spots, perfect for Jessica's family. That's when Jessica pulled me aside in what used to be my peaceful living room. Her kids had already made themselves at home on my couch, muddy shoes up on my coffee table I'd bought with my first real paycheck. Look, this is simple, Jessica said, not even looking at me. We're moving in next month. You can sleep on the couch in the living room. We need the bedrooms for the kids. No discussion, no asking. Just informing me like I was a tenant being evicted from my own home. The kids need stability, she continued. Mike got laid off and we can't afford our place anymore. We can't keep imposing on mom and dad. I actually laughed out loud. Absolutely not. That's when my mom marched over from inspecting my bathroom. Jessica has children and responsibilities. You're being selfish, keeping all this space to yourself. My dad nodded from the doorway. It's time you helped family instead of just thinking about yourself. We raised you better than this. The audacity was unreal. These were the same people who wouldn't let me stay in their guest room when I was broke and desperate. Now they wanted to kick me out of my own apartment. I pulled out my phone and started recording. Let me get this straight. You want me to give up the apartment I'm paying rent on so you can live here for free? We're not asking, Jessica said, stepping closer like she was trying to intimidate me. We're telling you, family comes first. You owe us after everything we've sacrificed for you. Everything you've sacrificed for me? I could barely keep my voice steady. You called me a failure when I needed help and posted about it on social media. That was different, my mom snapped. You were irresponsible back then. Now you need to step up and do what's right. Jessica's husband finally spoke up from my couch where he was scrolling through his phone. Besides, what do you need 2 bedrooms for? Going to fill them with imaginary girlfriends? He laughed at his own joke while my parents smirked. The same people who mocked my lowest moment were now trying to steal my biggest achievement. That's when something inside me snapped. I smiled and said, "You're absolutely right. Family does come first." That's why I'm calling the people who actually treated me like family when I needed it most. I dialed my landlord, Mr. Chen, who'd given me a chance when my credit was garbage and no one else would rent to me. "Hi, Mr. Chen, it's your tenant in 4B. I have some people here claiming they're moving into my apartment. Could you clarify the lease agreement for them?" Their faces went white as I put the phone on speaker. "Tell them," Mr. Chen's voice came through clearly, "that you are the only person authorized to be in that apartment. Anyone else is trespassing and I will call police immediately." Jessica started backpedaling. "Wait, we don't need to involve landlords. We're just family talking." "Hi, yes," I said into the phone while maintaining eye contact with all of them. "I need to report attempted trespassing. Several adults forced their way into my apartment and are refusing to leave after being asked. They scrambled for the door faster than I'd ever seen them move. Jessica actually tripped over the coffee table her kids had been using as a footrest. Her husband was yelling something about me being ungrateful while trying to wrangle their children. My dad stopped at the door and pointed at me. "You'll regret this. Family is all you have." "You're right," I called after him. "Good thing I know who my real family is now." The best part? My security camera caught everything. Later that night, I made a highlight reel of them inspecting my apartment like they owned it. Their shocked faces when I called Mr. Chen, and Jessica face planting over my furniture while fleeing. I sent it to my real family, the friends who let me crash on their couches, brought me food when I was broke, and celebrated when I finally got my own place. We had a viewing party the next weekend in my apartment that stayed mine. 6 months later, Jessica and her family had to move in with our parents after all. Apparently, no one else wanted to take them in either. My parents' spare room that was too good for me when I was homeless is now home to a family of 5. Sometimes karma has perfect timing.